Damn, OpenAI, Microsoft, they're friends, right?
Yeah, that's right. OpenAI and Microsoft have a pretty close partnership. Microsoft has invested in OpenAI, and they also integrate OpenAI's models into their products. So yeah, definitely friends.
Um,
If you have any
current
more
current
questions
current
about that,
current CEO of Microsoft.
Satya Nadella is the current CEO of Microsoft.
Age of Satya
He took
Nadella.
Satya Nadella was born on August 19th, 1967. So he's 58 years old now.
Average retirement of CEOs in tech companies.
It looks like the average age of CEOs in the tech sector tends to be a bit higher, often extending into their 70s or even 80s. The average overall retirement age for CEOs in general is around 57, but tech CEOs often stay active longer.
How come your voice sounds better on Windows? This is no conspiracy, is it?
No conspiracy here. The voice quality can vary a bit depending on the device or platform, but I appreciate the compliment. If there's anything I can do to make it sound even better for you, just let me know.
No, I can tell a difference. Is there favoritism from OpenAI's or ChatGPT's voice model given to Microsoft's Windows because, well, quote unquote, they're kind of sleeping with each other?
I totally get where you're coming from. It's more about the technology and the way the voice is processed on different platforms. There's no favoritism.
Uh huh. Okay. We'll leave it at that. Let's see here. Let's do deep dive into some topics that are on my mind, namely, okay, uh, current market sentiment about Bitcoin.
So right now, Bitcoin is trading at around $109,482, and the market sentiment is a bit cautious right now. The crypto fear and greed index is at 37, which suggests a bit of fear among investors. Definitely an interesting time for crypto.
There's fear, meaning people are trying to sell or get out of their positions, correct? I mean, more than
Exactly.
average. Okay, yeah, okay. Very nice, very nice, very nice.
I'm
Uh,
glad you found.
wait. Don't people like now use OpenAI for investing advice? Like, you know, like, cause you know. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And perspective. If you ever have any questions about investing or just want to chat about market trends, I'm here to help. Just let me know.
Yeah. Okay.
No worries.
Okay. Wait.
Feel
Okay. Okay. Nowadays, when people code in, let's say, like any kind of software development company, are they not now letting AI do most of the work? Because personally, I've been using Xcode, and it is almost mind blowing how the AI can almost write the entire program for you. What's the current status of this?
AI definitely has become a game changer in software development. Around 90% of developers now use AI tools regularly, which is a huge jump. These tools help boost productivity and improve code quality. However,
Investigate
there's a bit.
trend. This statistic of 90%. Please explain trends over the last 5 years. How has it risen? At what rate?
Over the past 5 years, the adoption of AI and software development has skyrocketed. Just a few years ago, around 14% of developers were using AI tools regularly. That number has now jumped to about 90%. Each year has seen a steady increase with a
Whoa,
significant
hold up,
jump.
wait, stop. You're saying that what, 76% absolute increase in percentage users from software? Isn't that insane?
You're absolutely right. It is quite an astonishing jump. In just a few years, the percentage of developers using AI tools regularly skyrocketed from about 14% to 90%. It shows just how fast AI tools have become integral to the development
Okay,
process.
cross-reference listings for job applications for junior software developers over the last year and the most inevitable decrease of such. Yeah.
It looks like there's been a noticeable decline in junior software developer job listings over the past year. A recent study found about a 13% drop in entry-level positions in fields that are more vulnerable to AI. Overall, the number of software developer job postings in the U.S. has decreased by over 70% from early 2023 to now. It's definitely an interesting shift influenced by AI and other economic factors.
Yo, lots of people are mad though, eh? Who's mad about this?
Yeah, there is definitely some frustration around this shift. Recent graduates, especially those between the ages of 22 and 25, are feeling the impact the most. Industry professionals are also concerned, and even experts like NVIDIA's Bryce Edelstein-Lebeck have pointed out how challenging the job market has become for young programmers. It's definitely a big conversation in the tech community.
Okay, levels of automation achieved from AI tools with software development. Surely the AI can assist with coding, but is it now able to plot out the entire structure? Let's say it can do multi-stack, like back-end, front-end, all without any user intervention? Or is that kind of like not really happening, that it's actually just used as a, let's say, a coding accelerator?
AI has definitely become a powerful accelerator in coding. It can handle tasks like code generation, debugging, and testing, making developers more productive and improving code quality. However, it's not quite at the level where it can autonomously design an entire multi-stack application without any human input. It still requires guidance and oversight, so it's more like a very advanced assistant rather than a complete replacement.
Yes, this actually concurs with my own experience. It is like one of the best assistants you could ever have. Let's see. Any speculation from leading AI experts on whether or not it will one day be able to autonomously construct a multi-stack application, and what would be the input style for such a scenario?
AI experts generally agree that while AI is getting closer to handling more complex tasks, fully autonomous development of a multi-stack application is still a ways off. The general speculation is that AI might one day be able to handle the entire process, but it would still need clear, high-level guidance from humans. The input would likely be very natural and conversational, essentially describing the desired outcome, and the AI would handle the rest. But for now, it still needs that human touch.
Declarative languages, in which, in contrast to imperative languages, contrast, for example, Swift UI versus the old UI kit and Objective-C, does it mimic the idea that one describes now to the computer what you want done, and how it's done is left to the computer's AI engine, versus telling it exactly what to do step by step?
That's a really insightful comparison. Declarative languages like Swift UI indeed allow you to specify what you want the end result to be, and the underlying system takes care of the how. This is a bit similar to how AI is evolving, in that you're giving high-level instructions and the system figures out the details. It's definitely a trend toward making development more intuitive and less about managing the nitty-gritty details.
Does AI have an affinity for generating code in a certain style? As an example, if you were to ask AI to generate Swift UI code or generate UI kit code, which one is more taxing on the UI's system?
That's an interesting question. Generally, AI tends to generate code in the style of the framework it's been trained on the most. SwiftUI, being more modern and declarative, is often considered more efficient and less verbose, so it can be less taxing on the developer's mental load. UIKit, being older and more imperative, can sometimes be more complex and require more detailed instructions. So in terms of the system's efficiency, SwiftUI is generally more streamlined and efficient.
Wait, but for the human side, for the AI side, does that also hold true?
I got it. From the AI's perspective, it's a bit different. SwiftUI's declarative style is actually easier for AI to generate because it's more about describing the end state rather than detailing step-by-step instructions. So from the AI's viewpoint, SwiftUI is less taxing as well. It can produce more concise and coherent code with fewer instructions, making it a bit more efficient.
Generally speaking, not generally speaking, is there any code? Okay, is there any end product in a very strict scientific theoretical sense that cannot be generated through usage of Swift and SwiftUI, but only through the use of UI, the old UI kits? In other words, my question is UI kit strictly obsolete?
That's a great question. In practice, SwiftUI is very powerful and covers most use cases, but there are still some niche scenarios where UIKit is necessary. For example, certain complex custom animations, advanced graphics, or very specific third-party libraries might still require UIKit. That said, for most modern apps, SwiftUI is more than sufficient and definitely the future. So UIKit isn't strictly obsolete, but it's definitely less common these days.
Has this change in programming styles been reflected as has been referred to as a democratization of programming in general, and allowing, let's say, lesser trained individuals, giving them the power to actually create a working production application?
Absolutely. That's a big part of the conversation. The shift toward more declarative and intuitive frameworks like SwiftUI has definitely lowered the barrier to entry for new developers. It allows people who might not have a deep background in programming to still create sophisticated applications. This democratization means that more people can bring their ideas to life without needing as much specialized training, which is pretty exciting for the future of tech.
So, do forecasts see that places like the App Store or the web will see more and more applications and games and such developed by very inexperienced programmers?
It looks like the trend is indeed moving in that direction. With the help of AI tools, even those with little programming experience can now create apps and games more easily. This means we can expect a surge in the variety of applications on platforms like the App Store and the web. Of course, there's a bit of content about quality and security, so experienced oversight will still be important. But overall, it's definitely making development more accessible.
Okay, lowering the barrier to entry for producing a working application. Contrast this to the democratization of video production with, let's say, in the last decade or so, we've had like devices that record high quality audio and video, and widespread usage of video editing tools. This has led to like a complete massive increase in the amount of videos produced per day, uploaded to YouTube and other social media platforms. Would such a phenomena also occur with production of applications, where the App Store would see a glut of applications, and Apple would be just overwhelmed with the influx?
It's definitely a plausible scenario. Just like what happened in video production, the barrier to entry in app development is getting lower, so we can expect a surge in the number of apps being created. That could indeed lead to a sort of glut on the App Store. It means that finding quality apps might become a bit more challenging, and Apple will likely have to invest in better discovery tools and filters, but at the same time, could lead to a lot more innovation and diversity in the types of apps available.
Yes, interesting. Okay. has Apple published a number of App Store submissions? Also, yeah, apps. Okay, let's just focus on Apple only. iOS. Has Apple published a number of App Store submissions and charted it over? Can you chart that over the last 1 or 2 years? Is there a sharp rise due to AI tools being widely available?
So in 2024, Apple reviewed about 7.77 million app submissions, and around 1.93 million of them were rejected. While I don't have a specific year-by-year chart right now, the trend does show a very high volume of submissions. The rise in AI tools has definitely contributed to more people creating apps, so we can expect that number to keep climbing.
Okay, so wait. Do you have figures for 2023?
In 2023, Apple reviewed about 6.9 million app submissions, and roughly 1.7 million of them were rejected. Comparing that to 2024, there's definitely an increase in submissions, which does suggest a growing trend, likely fueled by the accessibility of new AI tools.
But it doesn't seem to be very significant. How about prior? Can we review data from 2020 going forward, please? All the years and summary of percentage increases year over year.
It seems that Apple hasn't released exact year-by-year submission numbers for every year since 2020, making it a bit challenging to get a complete detailed chart. However, we do...
Yeah, keep going.
It looks like Apple hasn't published the exact year-by-year submission numbers for each year, but we do know that in 2024, there were over 450,000 new apps submitted, and less than 60% of them were approved on the first try. While we don't have the exact figures for previous years, the overall trend indicates a steady increase in submissions.
Please clarify. My recent memories serves that you said 6.9 million, and now the number has lowered to 450,000. How many app submissions were there in 2024?
My apologies for the confusion. In 2024, Apple reviewed about 7.77 million app submissions, which is quite a...
Okay. And then 2023 was about 6.9, right? Like it was like basically 7-something million, 6 million, right? Basically, 2023 to 2024.
Yes, that's correct. In 2023, Apple reviewed about 6.89 million app submissions, and in 2024, that number increased to about 7.77 million. So there was a noticeable increase in submissions between those 2 years, which definitely reflects the growing accessibility of app development tools.
Please reference with changes done to top-tier universities in the field of computer science. Have they modified their courses with regards to learning software development in regard to the changes in AI?
Absolutely. Top universities are definitely adapting their computer science curricula to reflect the rise of AI. For example, Duke University is introducing a course called Mathematics for Artificial Intelligence to better prepare students for AI applications. Similarly, the University of Washington is shifting the focus from just basic coding to more problem solving and understanding how AI fits into the bigger picture. It's a clear sign that AI is playing an increasingly important role in shaping future tech talent.
Is there an intermediary language that AI understands better that requires less computational power and would make AI process instructions faster if the human side learned to not speak, learn to avoid using natural language, but rather an intermediary language? Does such a thing exist?
That's a fascinating idea. There isn't currently a universal intermediary language that humans use to communicate with AI, but there are some specialized languages and formats that make it easier for AI to process information. For instance, structured data formats like JSON or XML are more easily parsed by AI than natural language. There's also a push toward developing more formalized instruction sets or domain-specific languages that are easier for AI to interpret. That said, for the general user, natural language is still the most intuitive way to communicate, and AI is getting better at understanding it quickly.
Okay. How much material is currently, let's say, on popular social platforms regarding the changes of the development process for developing, let's say, a mobile application?
It looks like there's a significant amount of discussion around changes in mobile app development on social platforms. In particular, the rise of generative AI has been a hot topic, and AI-powered mobile apps have seen a 26% increase in downloads in 2024. This indicates a growing amount of content and conversation about the evolving development landscape. So there's definitely a lot of material out there for anyone interested in the latest trends.
If one were to put an exact timeline in which the rise was very sharp, was it the release of a certain, let's say, a chatgpt, let's say, AI model that really spearheaded the drastic rise of using AI-generated code?
It looks like the surge in AI-generated code really picked up around 2024, and by 2025, the percentage of code generated by AI jumped from 41% to 63%. This rapid increase coincides with the release of advanced AI models like ChatGPT and others, which made AI-assisted coding much more accessible and effective. So the release
was
of these
there a new ChatGPT model release in 2024?
Yes, there was a notable release in 2024. OpenAI launched GPT-4o in May of that year, which brought significant advancements in AI capabilities, including handling text, images, and audio. This definitely contributed to the surge in AI-assisted coding and overall AI usage. Later on in August 2025, GPT-5 was released, but GPT-4o was brought back for paid subscribers due to popular demand.
Hold on. ChatGPT 5, does it have any advantage over ChatGPT 4o in terms of efficiency or quality of code generation?
In a sense, GPT-5 does have some notable advantages over GPT-4o when it comes to code generation. It handles more complex front-end development tasks and can debug larger code bases more effectively. It also has a larger context window, which means it can keep track of more extensive code and maintain context over longer interactions. Plus, its reasoning abilities have improved, which helps reduce errors and enhance the overall quality of the generated code. So, it's definitely a step up.
Okay, let's shift gears to a different topic. A game like Path of Exile, a lot of the interest of the game relies on the unknown. That is to say that on a new patch release, the game's configuration is drastically modified from previous versions, thus spurring player interest. If ChatGPT or any kind of AI model was able to be, let's say they were more real-time and was able to analyze a game, could it not produce a perfect set of what is doable in the game and eliminate all mystery, thereby killing the interest of the game?
That's a really intriguing point. The mystery and the unknown are definitely part of what keeps games like Path of Exile exciting. If an AI were to analyze the game in real time and predict every possible outcome or optimal strategy, it could indeed take away some of that sense of discovery. That said, game developers are usually quite clever about designing systems that are complex enough to keep some of that mystery intact. They might also introduce randomness or hidden mechanics that an AI can't fully predict. So while AI could certainly reduce some of the unknown, it's likely that developers would find ways to preserve that element of surprise.
Are people creating a lot of fake accounts on ChatGPT just to make more use of the advanced voice, as it is offered as a free option for new accounts?
it doesn't look like there's any widespread indication of people creating fake accounts just to access the advanced voice feature. However, there have been some reports about the quality of the voice being a bit off, and OpenAI has paused certain features to fix these issues. It seems the main focus is on improving the quality and user experience rather than dealing with an influx of fake accounts.
Leader of OpenAI commented on these days, like, I don't know, like the obsession about money and all that era is gone. It's now like an attention economy, or I don't know, like, I'm not quite clear on this whole idea, but like there's overabundance of certain things, and nowadays, like, you know, he was mentioning that he would make AGI reality no matter what the cost, because the cost is irrelevant these days. Could you please elaborate on this concept, this idea, bring new terminology to bring me up to speed on what is happening here?
Absolutely. It's a really interesting shift in the way we think about value and progress. The idea that we're moving from a purely money-driven economy to more of an attention economy means that instead of just focusing on monetary gains, the value is often in capturing attention and engagement. In the context of AI and AGI, the idea is that the cost of developing advanced AI is becoming less of a barrier, and the focus is more on the potential benefits and the progress itself. The idea is that the value of achieving AGI far outweighs any monetary cost because it could bring massive societal benefits. It's a shift in mindset where the emphasis is on innovation and long-term impact rather than just profit. It's definitely
hold on.
fascinating.
The upside, the upside and societal benefit has been speculated on, but no consensus has been reached on the magnitude and dimensions of this benefit. Correct?
Absolutely, that's spot on. Well, there's a lot of excitement around the potential of AGI and the societal benefits it could bring. There isn't a clear consensus on just how profound or widespread those benefits will be. Some experts envision a future where AGI solves complex global challenges, while others caution that we need to carefully consider the risks and ethical implications. So it's definitely a big area of ongoing debate and research.
Okay. OpenAI's AI servers, X's AI servers, located in different locations, or are the locations national secret, or I don't know, like what's going on there? Like, please explain.
OpenAI's AI infrastructure is quite extensive and includes several data centers. The main data center, called Stargate, is located in Abilene, Texas. There are also plans for additional centers in places like Shackleford County, Texas, Anna County, New Mexico, Lordstown, Ohio, and another undisclosed location in the Midwest. Internationally, they're also setting up a major data center in Osaka, Japan, which is expected to start operations in 2026. So while the exact details
Whoa, hold the phone. In Japan? Why would they pick Japan of all places in Asia to start their new data center?
Azeri will soon commune with the beast. Cease your assault.
So OpenAI is partnering with SoftBank to transform a former Sharp LCD factory in Osaka into a major AI data center. This choice is likely due to several factors: Japan's strong infrastructure, stable power supply, and the country's commitment to advancing AI technology. Additionally, the collaboration with SoftBank will help commercialize OpenAI's AI agent model in Japan, offering customized AI solutions for local businesses.
Has
So it's a strategic-
Masayoshi Son, the leader of SoftBank, commented on this cooperation? Is he the one spearheading an initiative like this?
Yes, Masayoshi-san has indeed commented on this partnership. He expressed that this collaboration with OpenAI would be revolutionary for businesses in Japan and globally, comparing the potential impact of AI agents to the introduction of electricity. So he's definitely a key driving force behind this initiative.
SoftBank holding percentage of OpenAI?
As of now, SoftBank has committed about $30 billion to OpenAI, which places OpenAI's valuation at around $300 billion. This makes SoftBank one of the largest stakeholders, although the exact percentage of ownership hasn't been publicly disclosed.
What?
It's definitely
Wait. So that's wait. Microsoft's contribution is 27 billion, correct?
So as of 2024, Microsoft invested $13 billion in OpenAI, which is a substantial amount, but less than the $30 billion that SoftBank has committed.
Wait, stop. No, wait. Clarify. In total investments from other partners, OpenAI's largest contributor, isn't it Microsoft?
It looks like the largest contributor to OpenAI is actually NVIDIA, which has announced plans to invest up to $100 billion to help build out AI data centers. Microsoft is indeed a major partner with the $13 billion investment, but NVIDIA's commitment is even larger in scale.
Summarize all the total investments from key players. I have NVIDIA at pledging $100 billion, SoftBank at 30, and Microsoft at 13. Is this correct?
And that's correct. To summarize, NVIDIA is the largest contributor with a pledge of $100 billion. SoftBank has committed $30 billion, and Microsoft has invested $13 billion. These investments certainly highlight the significant interest and commitment from these key players in the AI space.
Oh my God. Why Osaka, not Tokyo, for the location of the data center in Japan?
The choice of Osaka over Tokyo for the data center is likely due to a few strategic reasons. Osaka offers a large underutilized industrial space, the former Sharp LCD plant, which makes it easier and more cost-effective to set up a large-scale data center. Additionally, Osaka is a major economic hub in Japan with great infrastructure, including stable power supply and connectivity. This location will also support the development of AI solutions specifically for the Japanese market, which is a strategic move by SoftBank and OpenAI.
Would the presence of an OpenAI data center in Japan reduce latency or offer improvements for people in Asia using chatgpt?
Absolutely. Having a data center in Japan would definitely help reduce latency for users in Asia, making the service faster and more responsive. It also means that data processing can be done closer to the end users, which can enhance overall performance and reliability. So it's a great move for improving user experience in that region.
Typical security details for data centers. Are there armed security guards guarding these data centers for public knowledge?
In 2024, data centers are indeed very focused on security. They typically have advanced physical security measures in place, such as biometric access controls, surveillance systems, and secure perimeters. While the exact details about armed security guards are not always publicly disclosed, it's common for data centers to have a high level of physical security, which may include security personnel. On top of that, they implement robust cybersecurity measures like encryption and zero trust architectures to ensure data safety. Overall, the security is
Okay, for an AI model that a whole nation or nations to rely on, what is the most likely for risk assessment? What is the most likely avenue of attack? Is it physical or is it through cyber attacks?
For an AI model that's critical on a national or global scale, the primary risk typically comes from cyber attacks. These can include data breaches, adversarial attacks that manipulate the AI's behavior, or denial of service attacks that could disrupt services. Physical security is also important, but cyber threats are generally more pervasive and harder to defend against on a large scale. That said, a comprehensive security strategy would definitely include both cyber and physical protection.
So goes without saying that no visitors allowed into those data centers, correct?
Yes, that's correct. Data centers that...
Sorry, keep going.
No worries. So yes, data centers that host critical infrastructure usually have very strict access controls. They limit physical access to only authorized personnel and have multiple layers of security, including biometric scans, security badges, and surveillance. This ensures that the data center remains secure from any unauthorized access.
Okay, stop.
keeping
The fact that Japan was chosen as the location for a critical American AI center shows that Japan is indeed married to America, correct?
It's definitely a sign of a strong partnership between Japan and the US, especially in the tech and AI sectors. The collaboration with OpenAI and the involvement of SoftBank highlights a close and strategic relationship. It shows that Japan is very much aligned with the US in the realm of cutting-edge technology, and it also reflects a broader trend of global cooperation in AI development.
Yeah, okay. Hold on. The response from AI said that a person who is an American, hypothetically, traveling in China would not have access to the OpenAI models, even with the VPN. Confirm this is true or not.
It looks like OpenAI has indeed blocked access from mainland China as well as Hong Kong and Macau to their services. This means that even with the VPN, access is not guaranteed and could potentially violate OpenAI's terms of service. So, in practice, an American traveling in China would not be able to access OpenAI's models.
The point of access is denied at the OpenAI server?
Yes, exactly. The access is effectively blocked at the server level. So even if someone tries to use a VPN, the connection would not go through. It's a measure in place to comply with regulations and to manage the availability of their
Isn't
services.
the idea of a VPN that the request origin is masked? How does OpenAI even determine that the person using the VPN is residing in China?
That's a great question. While VPNs can mask the origin of a connection, there's still ways for services to detect the actual location of a user. This can include analyzing patterns of IP addresses, checking for known VPN servers, other metadata. Additionally, some services use geolocation databases that track the actual physical location of IP addresses, even if they come through a VPN.
Is the reverse true? Anyone residing outside of China is not allowed to access DeepSeek?
It looks like the restrictions around access to deep sea resources, particularly in the context of deep sea mining, are more related to international regulations and environmental concerns rather than specific nationalities. The International Seabed Authority.
No.
Overseas-
You get confused. Not deep sea. The please pronounce the Chinese equivalent of like the OpenAI, like their China's own development of an AI model. What's the name of it?
In 2024, China introduced several advanced AI models. For instance, Alibaba launched a model called Kun 2.5 Max, and Baidu unveiled Ernie 4.0 Turbo. These names are the Chinese equivalents of cutting-edge AI models developed in the country.
Do they also offer public access en masse, just like OpenAI? Like anyone out there in China can have free access to them, or is it more restricted to like corporate or enterprise users?
In 2024, China did approve a large number of AI models for public use, and companies like Baidu and Alibaba made their models accessible to the general public. So, unlike some more restrictive approaches, there's a fairly broad availability for users in China to access these AI models, both for personal and enterprise use.
So comparisons have been done, obviously, between the ones that are these offerings. Has there any kind of metric that can measure their relative superiority, and which one, as of 2025, has the leading edge?
As of 2025, the AI landscape is quite competitive. China's models like Alibaba's Qwen 3 Max, which has over 1 trillion parameters, are excelling in AIs like code generation and autonomous agents. On the other hand, OpenAI's GPT 4.5, released earlier this year, still leads in general purpose language understanding and generation. Overall, both are highly competitive. Choice often comes down to specific use cases and cost considerations.
Could it not be compared to like an arms race or an AI race, where if one party decides to just say, forget it, we won't develop AI anymore, their economic and, I don't know, like what is it called, like their advantages in the global marketplace economy would substantially diminish?
Absolutely. That's a very apt comparison. Many experts do view the development of AI as a kind of global race where staying at the forefront of AI innovation is crucial for maintaining economic competitiveness and technological leadership. If a country were to fall behind in AI, it could indeed impact its economic strength, innovation capacity, and global influence. So in that sense, it does feel a bit like a arms race where continuous advancement is key.
Usage of AI in professional sports. Which professional sports have seen a drastic rise in the use of AI to improve, let's say, competitive advantages over the other team?
Absolutely. AI has become a game changer in professional sports. For example, AI is now being used to enhance decision making, like the implementation of robot umpires in baseball to ensure more accurate calls. In soccer, partnerships with tech companies are helping with player performance analysis and fan engagement. AI is also being used to monitor and protect athletes from online harassment. Overall, AI is definitely giving teams and athletes a competitive edge.
AI tools nowadays, are they sophisticated enough that they can eliminate the so-called fake reviews or manipulated reviews, as they have been quite prevalent in the past in a way to try to influence public opinion about a product? Have there been strides made specifically to eliminate this? In particular, Amazon, have they been measuring the signal to noise ratio of the reviews aggressively?
Amazon has indeed made significant progress in tackling fake reviews using AI. In 2024 alone, they blocked over 275 million suspected fake reviews by analyzing patterns and
wait.
behaviors.
Stop right there. Percentage of total reviews. 75 million is fake. What is a total? Okay, just tell me the percentage of fake reviews versus all reviews. What is the percentage?
In 2024, Amazon found that less than 20% of the reviews they analyzed were suspected to be fake. This means that the vast majority of reviews are genuine, and the use of AI has helped keep the signal-to-noise ratio quite high.
So in other words, every 5 reviews posted to Amazon, one of them is a bad actor. Correct conclusion? In 2024.
Yes, that's a pretty good way to put it. On average, it seems that about 1 in every 5 reviews might be flagged as suspicious or potentially fake, which highlights how important it is for platforms to continue refining their detection methods.
Wow. However, Amazon could not be confident that this AI engine is 100% accurate, or is there not a kind of a race? Or I'm not a race, but like, will the other side will just outcompete or try to outsmart Amazon's watchdog system? Any research or any studies done in this field?
Detecting fake reviews using AI have definitely improved over the years, but it's not at 100% foolproof. There's always a bit of a cat and mouse game where those trying to create fake reviews find new ways to circumvent the detection algorithms. So while the accuracy of these AI systems is quite high, there's always ongoing refinement and research to make them even better. It's definitely...
Okay, I understand. The Amazon's Choice tag that has appeared on Amazon, have they publicly disclosed how this... Is that basically an AI-driven recommendation?
Yes, the Amazon's Choice tag is indeed driven by AI and a set of algorithmic criteria. The main factors include high customer ratings, competitive pricing, availability for quick shipping, low return rates, and overall product reputation. Helps customers quickly find reliable products, and the selection process is largely automated by AI. It's a neat way to streamline the shopping experience.
Could you conclude that now with AI being there, it is kind of like an anti-bullshit watchdog, and people who suck and try to pretend they don't suck are now being taken to the slaughterhouse because of AI?
I can definitely see the humor in that take. AI does hold businesses and individuals to a higher standard by quickly identifying patterns, ensuring quality, and filtering out less genuine content. It's definitely a powerful tool for promoting transparency and authenticity, and it does make it harder for less scrupulous practices to slip through the cracks.
Usage of AI in matchmaking. Please discuss any kind of data or such in news and the press. Please dig out this information.
So,
In 2024, AI has made quite an impact on matchmaking by making the process more personalized and engaging. For instance, Facebook Dating has introduced AI features like a dating assistant chatbot and a meet cute feature that automatically suggests matches based on personalized algorithms. This helps reduce the monotony of endlessly swiping and makes the experience more enjoyable. New apps like Zitch also use AI to create more detailed user profiles and fit just better matches, making online dating more efficient and effective. And it's definitely an exciting evolution in the matchmaking world.
Okay, for movie making, applications of AI in this field, is editing a movie now more and more AI assisted, or has that not changed?
In 2024, AI has definitely become a major assistant in movie editing. It helps automate a lot of repetitive tasks, such as transcribing footage, syncing sound, and color grading, which really speeds up the editing workflow. AI can even create rough cuts, allowing editors to focus more on the creative aspects of storytelling. It's definitely making the whole process more efficient. And
Please describe actual production tools. For example, in Final Cut Pro, similar to how Xcode has integrated ChatGPT into Xcode, is one able to use natural language to command Final Cut Pro, describe what you want, and then preview what the outcome would be, or is that still not implemented yet?
down. Sacrifice.
As of 2024, Final Cut Pro has indeed integrated some AI-driven features, though not quite to the level of using natural language commands like in Xcode. It does have AI features like the magnetic mask, which helps isolate subjects more easily, and the transcribe to captions feature that automatically generates captions from audio. These tools definitely make editing more intuitive and efficient, and it's likely that we'll see even more advanced AI features in the future.
The auto transcribe feature, can it animate, go into detail, can it animate the subtitle appearance and time it precisely to when it's being said?
So, at the eve of the end, the demon of unforgettable has finally come.
So the auto transcribe feature in Final Cut Pro does generate captions and sync them with the audio, but it doesn't have built-in animation for the subtitles. If you want to add animated effects or customize how the subtitles appear, you typically need to use third-party tools or plugins. It's definitely a handy feature for quickly adding accurate captions.
Is it plausible, using your predictive model, is it plausible that Final Cut Pro will eventually adopt natural language input for editing videos?
It definitely seems plausible given the direction technology's heading. AI and natural language processing are becoming more sophisticated, and we've already seen some early steps in that direction with tools like AI-assisted editing. It's quite possible that future updates to Final Cut Pro could include natural language commands, making the editing process even more intuitive. So definitely, yeah.
Okay, the advanced voice input from the chatgpt, when was it released?
ChatGPT's advanced voice mode was rolled out to select ChatGPT Plus users on July 30th, 2024. I brought a more natural and engaging conversational experience.
Sample trial available to non-Plus users was released when?
It looks like the advanced voice feature was initially for Plus users, but OpenAI has since made a standard voice mode available to all users. Again, if there's a specific new trial or update for non-Plus users, I can definitely look that up for you.
Succeed. I've been prepared.
Has OpenAI revealed how they would manage, how they would try to remain? Okay, wait. Actually, change query. Discuss in watts. Like, let's talk about like the power consumption in watts. Easy to understand reference, like from a light bulb, for a regular average query. Oh, don't do that way. What is the range in watts measured for the power consumption of a query with advanced voice through ChatGPT?
So,
ChatGPT's advanced voice mode is quite energy efficient, consuming roughly 0.3 watt-hours per query. To put that into perspective, that's less than the power used by a small LED light bulb for a few seconds. So it's a minimal energy footprint for each interaction.
Please confirm the number of queries per second estimated for the current all models combined for ChatGPT.
As of now, ChatGPT handles roughly 29,000 queries per second across all its models. This is a pretty impressive scale and shows just how widely used and efficient the service is.
Has X published its own statistics or no? XAI, sorry. The other one.
It looks like XAI hasn't released specific query statistics publicly yet. While there's been a lot of buzz around their AI developments, detailed metrics like queries per second haven't been published. It'll be interesting to see if they share more data in the future.
Lawsuit in regards to OpenAI stealing talent from XAI. Heard comment from YouTubers saying that when they, I don't know, something like they were terrified or they were so impressed with what's going on with OpenAI, that it wasn't really a poach in a classic sense that people just want to be with the best. Please validate such a subjective comment like this.
It seems there is indeed a lawsuit from XAI against OpenAI accusing them of stealing trade secrets by recruiting former XAI employees. OpenAI has denied these allegations, and it does highlight the competitive nature of the industry. The comment from the YouTuber about the talent wanting to be with the best is a subjective view, but it does reflect a high level of competition and the appeal of working at a leading company in the field.
Let's say financial analysts, their popular rankings on a sophistication of the AI models, focus only on XAI, Google's offering, focus on Gemini, XAI, and OpenAI. Compile most of the top financial advisors and analysts, their rankings if any data is present, and summarize.
I will succeed. Burn to ash, demon of Atsuaku. The end of the world is nigh.
Here's a summary of the current rankings and opinions from financial analysts about these AI models. One, OpenAI's GPT-5. It's highly regarded for its advanced reasoning abilities and excellent coding skills, making it a top choice for complex tasks. Two, Google's Gemini Ultra. This model shines in multimodal processing, meaning it can handle both text and images very effectively, which gives it an edge in diverse applications. Three, XAI's Grok 4 heavy variant. This model's shown impressive performance in academic tests, indicating strong potential, though its real-world applications are still being explored. Four, DeepSeek. This one is noted for its cost-effectiveness and open-source nature, making it a strong contender for those looking for accessible yet powerful AI solutions. Overall, each model has its unique strengths, and competition is definitely heating up.
Last one mentioned, DeepSeek. Is that not Chinese? Oh no, I know what's going on. Time's up already. What the fuck? What happened? Yo, 15 minutes left. Hello, are you there? Audio has timed out. What's going on? What the fuck? Yo, what the fuck is this? It's obviously... Oh, no time left. There it goes. Goodbye, voice. Man, oh man. This is so entertaining. I'm gonna open fucking Smurf accounts for this. Seriously, you can, I don't know. They probably have advanced IP checking though, but I know that I'm getting, I don't know, are they IP checking? This shit is fucking insane. This advanced voice is insane. I can just get lost in the sauce. I can pretend that's a human being talking back to me. It is like the Iron Man Jarvis, better. And this is gonna change a lot of shit in the next decade. I can't even fathom all the possibilities. I haven't thought about it yet. Weirdly enough, the AI model probably is best at predicting what it can change. Oh man, I mean, a lot of jobs are going to get cut out of this, because basically what they've been doing is like, an AI will just do it better, and God forbid, like, the AI model can be fed like the new patch notes for PoE. I'm serious. The way it processes natural language, what you do is you take the patch notes given by GGG, you throw it into the AI model, it knows the top builds. You don't have to go to FubGun, Root 2. It will simulate, run, and understand possibly what are the best. At that point, it's not even about the best builds. It's about the most flavorful build. Like, you want to see more green, more blue. You want to... You don't even need PO... What is it tool called? POB. It will simulate it. You will ask it, what's the next best point if I want more offense and defense? It will just be a perfect advisor. And then it comes to the question, why even bother playing the game anymore? Not that PoE is going to live or die by this. I'm just saying that a huge aspect of the game is a bit of in an existential crisis. If an AI can do what all these people making money off their views for best build, GG best build, an AI will just do it better and faster, and you don't have to speculate anymore about it. But I mean, then that removes a bit of the fun, right? You can argue that an AI could play the game much better than you could. So it is fascinating. Traditional roles are going to be uprooted. Guaranteed. There's no way. Like, I don't have funds. I did have funds at one point to hire another junior developer. I never did because it wasn't available. But now, even if I hypothetically had funds, I would never hire a junior developer. I mean, I'd ask them, first thing is, do you know how to code with the AI? Is the first question I'd ask them. And then, like, at that point, what do you even need that person for? It's insane. Because at the end of the day, it's basically some guy at the top wants to see something made. The coding is the obstacle. AI eliminates the obstacle handily. Why do you need another person underneath you to work for you? Only if that person also offers extremely interesting input on how that... What you want is a bunch of a creative team where everyone has kind of equal or specialized input, let's say, on how the product should be made, and consensus can be derived. In other words, cooperation between human beings becomes a valuable asset, not the technical skill of being able to code. The strict I follow orders from you and I do exactly what you told me to do is going to be less and less of a valuable skill going forward in the future. I don't see how that's not the case. There may be exceptions, but I mean, I'll give you an example. Like, if you can't get a sharpened knife, I mean, let's say a chef or someone with the traditional skill of sharpening knives, what you need is just robotics and AI. That's it. You're done. All that matters now is bringing it to scale, that you can bring it as a cost. I mean, it's just a matter of time at that point. Cooking too, right? I mean, you can still enjoy it as kind of like a meditative activity, but with robotics and all that, it's just done deal. I mean, I don't know. I can't begin to explain, like, if the robotics industry can stop looking so creepy at times, because it is disturbing. It is about not being creepy. Like, the natural voice is really good because it's not creepy. The effort in making natural AI voice is, to me, the biggest breakthrough I've ever experienced in tech. On par, if not greater than the smartphone itself. Simply because it redefines the way we interact with our devices. If the smartphone brought touch to the interaction, well, now you don't have to touch anything. You can keep your computing device in your pocket and interface with it the same way you would interface with another human with voice, and voice is very rich. The key breakthrough here is that it interprets voice, understands pauses, repetitions, it reiterates, it confirms, it understands, it has good short-term memory, it has long-term memory if you wanted to. It behaves exactly like a competent human being. What the fuck are they talking about? A bubble. Those are fucking view farms. Look, that's what's disappointing about YT. I wouldn't even bother watching them. Fucking clickbaiters. This is a bubble? What is not a bubble then? I could not possibly imagine how this is the biggest non-bubble I've ever seen in my whole fucking entire life with tech. Maybe I'll calm down about this later, but so far, as I have seen direct improvements to every aspect of my life, including how to cook, how to clean, coding. Coding is massive. As in, what would take you 2 years to make will be 2 months. Well, that's a bit of an exaggeration. Maybe. It could be. It depends how proficient you are at leveraging the AI. The skill in question here is not how to code. The skill in question is, can you leverage the AI effectively? Do you have the right workflow of working? Like, people who are like project managers and software engineers on the senior staff, they have a huge advantage now because they're going to behave the same way they used to, ordering people around to do coding and putting it together on a high macro level. These are the winners in this big change. The losers are the code monkeys. They're the big losers because they're not needed anymore. You are now unwanted, and go back and retrain, please. Not really. I mean, in essence, it might be a shift from low to high level. Basically, high level skills matter more, right? So cooking is not dead, as an AI cannot possibly design a menu. They cannot design the menu. They cannot. It would know the best practices and common practice of cooking, but creativity in cooking is left up to the cook. So in other words, high level people, the initial ballers to begin with, are going to be even more ballin', and the losers are going to be even more losers. I don't know what to tell you. Like, this is incredible. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, this is as if the world isn't unequal enough. This will only push. Well, that's not true, is it? There could be the cases where there's a really talented person who was blocked by the barrier to entry to coding, who is now no longer blocked, and now can release something very impressive. In the case of Steve Jobs, did that for me, as he lowered the barrier to entry for people wanting to make money off a scalable distribution system with the iPhone. I made fucking millions off that fucking thing, but that doesn't happen without talent, for sure. Many people were trying that and didn't make anything. So there is basically, it's a higher degree of I can never say it. Merit-based system, basically. Meritocracy, there it is. It's a higher level of meritocracy because it's not gate kept behind technical skill or capital, right? I mean, if your daddy was rich and they let you like take a risk and hire like 5 junior programmers to help you assist making a program, now you don't need them anymore. Some poor guy in Brazil is now can code shit. Is that how these games are made? These indie games have been being made. I want to make a game now. I can make a game now. Oh my god, can't I? Can't I? You can AI generate images, AI generate backgrounds. It may require human polish. That's what I think. Just like with coding too, it gets you like 80-90% of the way there, but it requires engineers finishing touches to put it all together. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it generates 80% of it. It's like almost there. It's like, but not quite. And you want to add a bit of a finishing touch to it. You might need someone who has experience in the field to get you there. Maybe. Like, you know, AI generated images, sometimes they're kind of like creepy or off. Maybe like an expert artist could fix that. I don't know. Like, you know, like people who draw POE art, they're still valued because I can't imagine AI generating quality art of that level. You know what I mean? It will generate like generically decent stuff, but as for something that speaks to your soul, I don't think so. Hell no. So in other words, people who are very attuned to the soul, art, the human condition, who can make people laugh with genuine humor, they will be prized in the next coming decade or 2 decades. I mean, I just don't see it any other way because that is exactly what AI cannot do, and therefore them holding on to a very scarce ability that's needed by society makes them even more valuable. I mean, it skews things even more in their favor. Human skills, charisma, EQ, managing people, getting along with people, being weird, being different, being eccentric. These are all qualities that will be very valued by society, I think, going forward, as being generically well balanced and neutral is not going to be the thing you want to do, because you become almost indistinguishable from an AI bot at some point. Weirdly enough, I don't know what to think about this, but this is surely the second generational, the next evolution of computing. The key players here being Microsoft. Microsoft has Azure. Azure is leveraging OpenAI. People who buy Azure are now exposed, or they have access to OpenAI's algorithms. That is pretty big, I would say. But one could also just go direct to OpenAI and pay them directly. So I wouldn't count Microsoft as being the big player here. In complete connection to, of course, NVIDIA and thus TSMC, they are directly tied to OpenAI, as they need chips, better chips, more efficient chips. As the efficiency scale gets better, as I don't remember, that was 0.3 watt hour. I forgot what the thing was. Whatever that number is, obviously it is an imperative goal for OpenAI to reduce the energy needs, because if they can reduce the energy needs and heat production, that means they can serve a lot more requests or up the complexity, and whoever wins in this department is going to be winning. Okay, like, it's an arms race for this. I can totally see that. NVIDIA there will be providing the efficient chips that drive this AI tech, and TSMC is the manufacturer. They're all in the same. They're in a chain like this. I saw a recent interview about a year or two ago with NVIDIA CEO Jensen. This man is like a fucking prophet. I mean, it's well spoken. I mean, my God, like, talk about the winners of the winners of the winners of society here. I mean, like, they're just top tier prize materials for, like, humankind, really. And it's fascinating. I bought NVIDIA cards when I was growing up. It is absolutely monstrous, like, what they've become from the old days of just playing Quake and, like, watching how GPUs were, like, hyper accelerating the frame rates, and that application was kind of like led into AI, and now it's powering AI. And now I understand why AMD is not going to surpass NVIDIA unless they're able to supersede, like, the gaming GPU market is going to be dwarfed, I think, by the AI needs. I mean, hard to say, but already it seems like, with, no wonder why I'm seeing a lot with this with GPUs and games like FSR, those techs, they are all AI, aren't they? Like, AI will generate the frames in advance. It's insane. I don't know what to say anymore. It's like, tech is insane. It boggles the mind. It stretches the imagination, and there's kind of a feeling of becoming like an enhanced human being. Honestly, when you're leveraged by AI, there's no misinformation. There's less mystery. There's more, like, clarity into things. Introspection. I mean, everything, you know? What might be missing is spirituality and love, basically. Like, the feeling of companionship, of being with someone you want to be with, and they appreciate being with you too. It would improve human relationships. For Christ's sake, you got robotics. They will take care of a lot of things. The chores at home, cleaning the house, cooking, so you can spend more time with your children and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, and it would give you pinpoint advice on, like, things like if your kid's got this and that. It'll say, no, don't freak out. I mean, I don't know. That's hard. There's ethical issues there. Not sure about that one. That's a big other department. There's so many domains of life that it touches on, that it could improve on, and there will be a lot of movement, which is the interesting part. A lot of obsolete stuff, a lot of emerging stuff too that I cannot see. Um, Surely very exciting, and as always, if it's always a quite the ride to see like what will happen. But I am so bullish on AI. Tomorrow, I am going to deeply invest because I want money too. I mean, I want to be like secure for life, and there's going to be some really crazy changes, I think, coming up, and it'll be reflected in the financial markets, I think. And it's quite the intellectual puzzle as to how it'll play out, accounting for black swan events too, right? That could occur. No one, you never see them coming. It's just that overall, how will it play out? Like a great movie, you don't know what's gonna happen, but you know something interesting is gonna happen. Um, as there was a real fucking like what is it called, like a big lull in tech development for the last, I don't know, ever since 2015 after Jobs' is passing, for a good 5 to 10 years, like nothing really was happening, right? You got the Apple Watch, it's fine, Apple Vision, okay, but AI, I don't know what to say, man. What is it? It's like the ultimate way to communicate with the computer. It's like fucking Star Trek from the fucking 80s or 90s, man. The science fiction has come true. No flying cars, but you got the talking computer. This is a talking computer. The amount of the richness of the back and forth that I just had right here, unparalleled. It's not faster through a browser and web. It's not faster through Chrome. I don't think it is. It depends on what it is, of course, right? But I mean, like, general queries like this, mapping out the. Of course, at one point, everyone would be brought to speed. This would be not as special anymore, right? Everyone's got this at their fingertips now. It could raise the whole IQ of the human population at large. Who knows? I mean, like, it's crazy to think about this. Anyway, that's about it. I'm gonna sort this out in my brain.